Hello fellow Star citizens, it's Starus here again. This hasn't been a good weekend for me. I was so excited with the launch of 3.19.1 and hoped that a lot of the problems that plagued 3.19 and 3.18 were gone. But obviously no. I got off from my hangar in Port Tresslar and look what I found today. Debris. Space debris. And lots of it. Well, there are a couple of player ships. But besides that, there are lots of white markers still on my HUD.
Thank you, and please visit again.
And while they are now appearing slightly further from the space stations, they are still problematic from my point of view. For one, they present a clear navigational hazard. Two, the impact on the server stability of that many entities and objects to manage is still unclear. Look at what I have here. There's a glaive. That's the Bano Defender. The objects are fully rendered, and right now CIG seems to have taken the position that it's fine if this debris is actually placed a couple of kilometers away from the space station. I guess that works, but how do you explain all these then? So you have the Drake Corsair, a Hercules A2, a Retaliator, they're all right outside the station's, right within the station limits. Another C2, and look, a hammerhead. These ships, that's two hammerheads by the way, these ships clearly represent a navigational hazard. And it's not just limited to the space stations. As I headed down to New Babbage, I found more ships floating at altitude. This is over 20,000 meters up, and the ships are just hovering there. Nice collection of ships though. And I scanned them, and based on the component mix of these ships, they're not NPC spawns. These are player ships, abandoned player ships. Not sure if they crashed or if they just got 30k and had to abandon their ships, which has happened to me more than once. But still, why are these ships floating in the middle of nowhere? 20,000 meters up? There's a cutter here. Of course, I had to check out the player. Anyway, yeah, nice color scheme. But here's another cutter floating on a slightly lower altitude. Look, it's got a VK00 drive. It's clearly a player ship. NPCs don't put VK00s on Drake cutters. Oh well, there's no harm checking out the back to see if there's any useful cargo. There's a Drake Vulture, also floating, slightly lower than 18,000 meters. I was scanning it in the hope that I might chance upon some RMC containers inside, but I had no luck. But the point being is that these ships are just floating randomly on top of the space stations and the planetary landing points. I don't know CIG. Morphologies did a video sometime back in April questioning about the impact about space junk, while I think it adds to the salvage gameplay, and certainly I love the idea of being able to retrieve what I lost. Don't get me wrong, PS is a good thing, but are other parts of the game ready to work with it? What kind of load would these impose on the servers? Look, this server, which is in Asia Pacific, has 80 over 1,000 entities to manage. Does this explain the kind of bugs that we've been having? Sure, the ASOP terminals are working again. Thank you, CIG. For those of you who managed to log in, did you experience random lag spikes at undetermined points of the game? Or did you have long pendency times when trying to move items from one inventory to another? I've also been experiencing 19k and 30k errors preventing me from logging into the game. CIG, please respect our time. Help us play your game and help us help you test it. This is Starus, signing out.